new company that's, I don't know, as a startup. It's like an Apple. They have a new headset that goes over the ears, like bone conduction, and the deaf and hard of hearing people are able to hear more sounds, such as the beating of a drum in a marching band, speech. That's all. They have videos of them going out to put the products on their heads and get their feedback, watch their eyes light up, watch them sign, wow, this is weird, I can hear. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a real game changer. And I thank Steve Ramona for introducing us to that company too as well. And I hope to partner with them as well. So 2024 is going to be a great year for persons with disability and accessibility. And again, we thank the World of Ability for letting us be here all together and share the good news, what we are doing, creating. Leon's bringing filters to 40 countries worldwide, especially you did the Hopi Navajo.
Why we want to retire there. So we're going to be treated to all kinds of beauty and pleasure. So that's, yeah.
How long will you be there? That sounds wonderful.
We're supposed to get 6 days and 5 nights.
That's what a treat. Oh my gosh, have you been there before?
Never.
Yeah.
But I know. Yeah, when I see pictures of like all these places, Brazil and what am I saying, Costa Rica, I'm going to see pictures and I'm like, oh, I'd love to be there. That's so beautiful.
Excellent. Oh, well, I hope you have a wonderful time there. So get all in.
And I'll come back and I'll share. And I'll get
that would be awesome. So, and what else has been happening in your world?
I've been winning speech contests. You know, I'd like to be strong enough to be able to put together something that would be Jews for Palestinians. You know, it takes some courage to do that. But yeah, that's, you know, these speeches I've been giving is how every child on this planet, you know, needs to be protected and loved and put in beautiful environments, and need to feel, you know, secure and worthy and educated. And yeah, we got to get together as a world, you know, and say this is our top priority. And hopefully, I'll be able to communicate really well and network with people and help make it happen. And do you know, when I was in college, Alawi Absu, who was King Faisal's nephew, before while he was the 5th richest man on the planet. And when 9/11 happened, he tried to give $10 million to New York, and they wouldn't take his money, you know. But he and I were good friends for a while, so I'd love to reconnect with him, you know, on this kind of a big project. But I have Mary Ann being an inspiration. I have all you guys being an inspiration to me about what's possible, what people can do.
Well, exactly. So there's children worldwide Down syndrome care. So you know, it's gonna benefit families with persons with different disabilities and children with disabilities, and it's gonna be great fun.
When I'm trying to tell people about this show, am I saying this is a radio show? What should I say? I'm not sure how to communicate about it.
Yeah, this particular show is a podcast. We do have a radio show on Wednesday nights as well, but this one is specifically a podcast that goes out live on several different platforms, including YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and wherever we can get it out there, wherever people are sharing it out to. It is world of ability. So we are wanting to share this as far and wide as we can.
And I know two things that I'd love to say. My daughter and I were seeing something called Down for Romance, and it was a series. I don't know if anyone saw that on TV, and it was like a dating show, like The Bachelor, but much kinder than that for people with Down syndrome. And my daughter and I were both in tears because we're watching people who could be so authentic and not afraid to express love and their gratitude for it. It's like that's worth watching. And then I'm learning things like I just learned how we all need to understand about how we want to be composted. I sent that to Emily, right? And you said you got it. Rather than be put in caskets or to be cremated, which is not good for the planet. Either one of those things is not really good for the planet. But we actually could make the last thing we're doing on this planet, making it so who we are can enrich the planet, make it like more fertile and more beautiful, with what's left of our bodies. So just learned about that this week, so I'm excited to share that with others.
Yeah,
I actually want to be putting on a catapult and see how far my body can be launched.
Well, we had a friend at the Unity Church of Hawaii, and it's a tree of life, and so somehow the cremation of him was put into the ground around a bulb with a tree and the memorials around it. So
Shakespeare Festival, do that as a vacation for yourself. In Ashland, Oregon, you have like people performing on the street. These people, they were calling themselves. Was it Danzigville? We have to go back, but it was people that have problems like moving their bodies the way they would like to for different reasons, who want to be dancers, who want to be moving to the music. And it was so beautiful to see the people who are professional, trained dancers, how they're able to lift these people in the air and take them in their arms and move together, so that what they're creating is something that shows not just beauty, like physical beauty, like the ballet, but also unity of people caring about each other and making life more enjoyable, more pleasurable for each other, and feeling like you're doing something for other people. It's just very beautifully done. Yeah. And I had some video on that I sent to the World of Ability. And yeah, I hope a stronger network, network, so we can network people more.
Yeah, because that came up earlier with Debbie was on here, and she was telling us about a dance studio that's near where she lives that has an option for differing abilities to be able to be part of what they're doing at that dance studio. I think, and she specifically was talking about somebody in a wheelchair that was participating, and we've got a friend as well that's really gotten into the competitive side of things with wheelchair dancing, and just amazing what's available. It's all about knowing it's out there, because that's something that didn't cross her path until just those last couple of years, and she has taken it so far. It's just amazing when you find that piece that ends up sparking that passion. There's no stopping a person, It's just a matter of figuring out what is that because honestly, I didn't know I was going to love water skiing the way I do. I mean, it's a sport. It's not my main thing in life, but it has led to so many things. If it wasn't for water skiing, I wouldn't be here having this conversation right now, which is a really weird
for everybody.
I love it. So, well, it was Thanksgiving last week. Do you guys have anything that any stories, any fun that you did, or anything that you're particularly thankful for as you think back over this past year? Who wants to go first? Derek, do you have anything?
So I kind of don't do holidays. So it was kind of nice that the wife just took some friends out to the movies, because then I got to just sit at home, watch football, and wait for leftovers to be delivered.
Oh,
for
nice.
me, right? For me, that's a great day. So very grateful for that, and we had a new pup, so got to spend time with her, and was just enjoying the day. Nice and simple.
What kind of puppy did you get?
She is a Bouvier de Flanders.
Oh boy.
She's 5 months old and 50 pounds already.
Oh boy.
She's
love
gonna
it.
be a big one.
And what's her name?
Her name is Bo.
Bowie. Awesome. Fur babies are great.
Yes, yes, and it was great because when I first got married, my wife never had dogs. She was afraid of dogs, and I brought all my dogs into the house, and I had 4 at the time. And now with the dogs that we have now, she's the one that brought all 3 home. So
Wow.
she's the problem.
You've tainted her in such a good way.
Yeah, you got her to warm up to dogs and no.
Yeah, and she was talking about just fostering one. And I'm like, no, we don't foster. We bring them in forever. She's like, no, it's just gonna be for 3 days until we find someone for them. Not gonna happen.
Enough to love them enough that you can't let them go.
Oh. As soon as I see them, I'm like, it's funny because like with as many dogs as I've had, even out on the street, I'm like, oh, dog! Like it's the first time I've ever seen one. Like it's yeah. We don't foster. We bring them home.
Oh,
I've seen a couple of coyotes outside, but I'm like, he looks like he could be nice. What about that mountain lion? It's just a big cat, right? Can we?
Oh, Derek.
Probably scratch behind his ears, right?
Then he scratches behind mine, and I don't have any ears.
fighting fish, but we our community tanks would be protectors of other
Really?
fish. Yeah, if little fish was being bullied, they come by the beta and they'd be okay.
Okay, that is really cool. I would never have guessed that because I've heard the same.
Mhm.
Yeah, you just never know. Even with our critter friends, they're all individuals. They're all different, and sometimes it makes me just wish that there was a way we could truly speak their language so we could understand them more.
Yeah, getting there.
Getting there.
And they say in Buddhism that by the vibration of human beings affects how the animals are able to respond. And that we help enlighten them as we enlighten ourselves.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Love it.
believe that.
Excellent. Oh my goodness. So, well, see here, Derek, I want to throw it back your way again because I know you've got lots of fun stories. You've got lots of things that you're juggling around in your world, and I'm just curious, what's top of your mind right now? What do you have for us? I'm putting you on the spot. Like,
I'm traveling to Cleveland next week.
ooh,
For what?
I'm working on my doctorate.
Oh.
Pretty good.
We fly in. We fly in every other month for about a week. to do our classes. The thought being, because my doctorate's in business, that if you're in a traditional program, you're just at school researching and grading papers for the people being paid. And so then you don't really have a connection to what's going on in the business world. So they want us to keep working, because that's where our research is going to come from. So I will be there. I'm already scared because I saw things like 25 degrees.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
Yeah, big from Arizona. Arizona, man.
Yeah. So
What's the temperature like by you today?
so right now,
We are making it, put the food in the boat, getting that boatload of food, and dropped it off then afterwards at our local food pantry. And we had so much fun. It's always a good time. We're out there with jingle bells and Santa hats and music playing and getting a chance to talk to the local folks that are coming and going. And it's such a nice thing to be able to do that and to be able to give back, because that's the community where we put on ski shows all summer long, and people are coming and supporting us. So it's one of the things, at least, that we can do that's really easy and really fun, and it makes a difference in the community. Sometimes everybody thinks, oh my gosh, it's so hard to make a difference, and really, no, it's not hard at all. It just takes a little bit of effort, an idea, and act on it. Go do something.
so along those lines, I was traveling maybe a couple of weeks ago. I was in Atlanta, and so my background, like growing up, I was kind of brought up in the you dominate others, show them how much power you have, and fortunately, I was able to break out of that. But I was sitting in the airport, and I was thinking about that concept of power, and I'm like, how much more powerful is it to make someone's day good? And so I went. I had a long layover, and so I'm just going around to like people cleaning up the airport and just like, how's your day? How's it going? And just smiling and like asking them. They're telling me stories, and it's great, and just it's that, like, just like he said, like sometimes we think we can't make a difference, but just smiling at someone and taking 5 minutes to hear their story of what's going on in their life, or something. I love it when someone just opens up and they're so proud of something, and it's especially when it's something that we would consider in like small, but they're just so proud. Like someone telling about their grandson, just, oh my goodness, he scored a goal and it was so exciting, and it's like, that's awesome. Like that's just awesome, and to give them one more ear to share that too. Like I think that's power.
That's huge. You know how easy it is to do something like that. How hard was it for you to do that? Was that really difficult?
Yeah, and it made me like if I wasn't doing that, I'd just be sitting in an airport in Atlanta thinking about how uncomfortable I am. Oh my goodness, why do I gotta
Actually, it's a pyramid.
No.
Oh yeah. It was crazy. I'm so glad. It's one of those I would love to be able to say I did that, but I'm okay that I didn't. The water's still cold. Come on. But no, they did it. It was awesome. It's that whole thing when you've got a passion for something and you have the opportunity, gotta take it.
Yeah.
But when the water is 20 degrees.
Yeah, January. Yeah, January in Wisconsin. January in Wisconsin, I would hope it'd be cold.
Very.
I actually need to make my way up there. I've never been in Wisconsin.
Oh, well.
Come on, Derek. Yeah, you're welcome to come visit anytime.
I will. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that'll. Then.
Derek, you're gonna be in Ohio. Ohio is just around the whatever from Wisconsin, so.
It's only like 3 states away instead of 8.
Yeah. I think I need to be there though when the water's warm.
Summer, we'll take skiing.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, Derek, they have a water ski show every Thursday during the summer, so you're welcome to attend the show.
And there's cheese curds, right?
Everywhere. Deep fried or raw, nice and squeaky. Do you know the best cheese curds are the ones that are squeaky?
I did not know.
We're definitely not from Wisconsin then.
Well, I went to school in Indiana, and I grew up in Los Angeles, and one of the people would talk to me about farms all the time, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. They're like, you didn't. And I remember people got offended because I asked. They kept talking. I'm like, so what's the FFA? And they're like, you don't know? Like, I grew up in Los Angeles. It's like, we don't know what a farm is. Like,
Yup.
Yeah, like regional differences.
It is fun, really. We don't know where someone else has been. What has the walk been in their life? What have they seen? What have they done? People don't, that, and that's part of the fun. You get to know each other, and I definitely have different experience than everybody else on here, and to be able to share, and wherever we all came from, we've got different.
I have a pink Barbie dress, and my roommate's a hairstylist from Las Vegas, so she's got the hair stuff up, so my hair's in here right now, and so we've got a client that wants to go to a birthday party, so I got to be I guess I don't know, not the chauffeur. I'm the sidekick. I like being the sidekick.
great.
First mate, sidekick, you name it. Jackie of all trades.
There we go.
So.
We want
Tonight's
pictures.
Barbie. But I go by Marianne Waikiki. It's my sign language name, my book author name. And again, thank you, World of Ability. We'll talk to you next week with all the updates. And Mr. Roscoff, I'm speaking with Trevor Gibbs Monday. So we're going to be investigating the SAM's Gov for grants. So hopefully you can have a one-on-one with us also, so we can research where we can get grant funding. And Barbara, you got friends that could sponsor us too. It's good. It would be amazing to get the funding and see the vision and mission happen. And it's not about me. It's for half a billion people with a hearing loss worldwide, and parents with persons with disabilities and children with disabilities. It's great stories for ocean cleanup, anti-bullying, and I'm working on the climate change book with my co-writer Suzanne Sin. So aloha, adios, amigos and amigas, and thank you for the opportunity, Tucson, Arizona. Aloha.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Marianne. Have so much fun. That sounds good.
Sounds like fun.
Wouldn't everybody like to be Barbie for a day? Come on. That sounds amazing.
And according to the Barbie movie, all the Kens would like to do that too.
Awesome. So, yeah, to be able to go and do something as fun as that, I do like that so much. When was the last time you guys got to dress up for something like that?
Well, I got taken to the Barbie movie and we had to all dress up in pink.
Oh, you did? Awesome.
It said that when we start like knowing each other's like cultures and differences, and we start really like applauding the strengths that we see in each other and have real compassion for any weaknesses, that the world's going to become more colorful, more fragrant, more delicious, and more pleasurable than it's ever been before. And I know that. I can see that. I feel that.
Awesome. Wow. When you think about it and put it in those terms, like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Awesome. So thinking that my mind's coming back around.
To what they call the stage, and then you can like share if the hosts are taking speakers, or but it's just a new platform, and it's becoming really popular. So like I'll do it instead of listening to the radio, is I'll just have a listening room going on in the background.
And so they can, whoever's is in charge of that room, they can see you're there.
Yeah.
And can you see other people that are there too? But you're saying there's no camera, so it's literally you're just seeing your name.
So it'll have your little avatar there, and so yeah, normally kind of what's developed is kind of the culture is at some point in the show the host will take a break and like start naming everyone, like thanking everyone in the room. So yeah, there's some really interesting. There's one that kind of leave in the background. It's on insomnia, so Friday nights for like until they fall asleep, which sometimes I hear I don't have insomnia, so I almost feel bad. Leaving now, I'm going to bed. But they'll just kind of sit and talk about that. Like last night, they were talking about artworks that were inspired by the artist Insomnia. And then at some point, it'll take a left turn, and then it'll be like, I just wanted to speak about this thing. But one of the things that someone brought it up that's really nice about them is that it creates like a safe space. Like you get to know everyone there, and it's just a nice safe space to talk. Like that insomnia one, people will just start talking about like, this is what's going on in my life, and it's just like, okay, we're here to listen. So it's just,
That's awesome.
and they become really popular. So it's
And it's something you hop into, right? You enter like the virtual room, so it's not like it's just being broadcast out. Like if you're scrolling, you're not going to be coming across the live session on your feed necessarily.
If they post it as an event, it'll come into your stream.
Okay.
So I repost all the ones that I'm in, so it should be coming up in my stream a lot. Like, because if I attend one, I like to share. The thing that I really like about them is because I know there's one version where you can kind of see what people are doing, kind of like when you do the midday shakedown.
Yep.
But on these, you can kind of just minimize it, and you can keep doing stuff on LinkedIn. Whereas like a lot with other formats, it just, you leave that page.
Yeah. So this
and talk to them what we're talking about.
So when you go into a audio event, it comes up like the LinkedIn chat. It comes up like the window, like it would be. It looks like it would be like a LinkedIn chat message thing, but it's really the audio event. That's how
It's just, it seems like I'm not see. So
I know for me, like it was because you couldn't go on unless you had an iPhone for a while, and then by the time they said, "Oh no, now it's anyone," I was like, all right, kind of over.
And actually, with the last update they did, you had to have a certain whatever your system version, whatever your version was, they had upgraded their stuff, and I still have an old version on my phone because my phone's like really full. So much stuff on there. I would need to clear out a lot of stuff in order for me to upgrade to the most current version. So I can't use Clubhouse on my phone anymore because it won't work now.
Yeah.
So this Club Deck, I can do that on my computer, but it feels clunky compared to the phone was kind of slick. So
well, the audio rooms for LinkedIn work pretty well on the phone app too. So I turn into an old man when it comes to apps, because someone will be like, "Oh, just add this app." I'm like, I don't want another app. Like, Dawn. So yeah, when someone's like, add Clubhouse, and I tried it once, and then I'm like, okay, it's not doing it. It's off. We'll try it again. No, there's no try again.
Already done.
Yeah. So I'm not a 13-year-old. I don't need 20 million apps on my phone. Back in my day, we only have five apps.
Awesome. Well, here I'm gonna throw another question up for you guys. It is officially December. Holiday season coming up here. I know a lot of people celebrate in different ways, different aspects, different whatever. For us, we do a lot of family time. We do celebrate. We go to church. We do all that. We'll be going to Christmas caroling in a couple of weeks. But believe it or not, we have a friend. Well, actually, you should tell a relative that he gets a group together every year on like a Saturday night. I actually have to look. I think it's like the 9th. I think it's next week we go, and we meet somewhere in the local town, and off we go. He has songbooks. We go walking. We have a flashlight. We go door to door, knocking on doors. We got this big group of us. Sometimes it's a small group, but last year it was like 20 of us knocking on the door, and we just start singing. And it is amazing how there's always a couple that are like, no, thanks, that's fine. But almost everywhere we go, people are like, that's so cool. They'll be on the phone, like, God, you won't believe what's going on. They're holding the phone out. They're like, the door. You know, they're calling everybody in the house to the front door. So Christmas caroling's fun. You don't have to be good at it. You know, everybody goes and has a good time, and the bigger the group, the less pressure. So,
Talk about to your heart. And I hope to do that. And I have a story about Christmas caroling where my friends invited me to go Christmas caroling with them. And I was all excited. I was all happy. I know all the Christmas songs, you know, and I went to be with them. And they had learned all these like Jewish songs, Hanukkah songs that they thought, you know, they would be making me happy and, you know, treating me, but I didn't know any of those.
You know, that's really sweet, though. How nice is that?
That was nice.
Awesome. So, Derek, how about you? What are you looking forward to this next month?
So
don't do holidays. All good.
Yeah, but so on Christmas, we are actually, so here in Tucson, there's a place called the Desert Museum. And we love going there, which is really funny because it's all the animals that we just see in our backyard anyway. But we go there and we love it. They have a Christmas like lunch. So and it's usually really creative food. Like it's stuff that we wouldn't cook at home. So we just go there and enjoy. Like my wife's my best friend, so just being able to spend time with her is where I'm happy. And so we go out and spend some time out there and come back home to the dogs and just enjoy the day.
That sounds awesome.
So nice to hear that.
Of course,
I would never admit that to her, though.
We can replay this. I've been recording. You're stuck now. But you got me curious. What kind of critters do you have showing up in your backyard? Being
Like
your
javelina. Do you know what a javelina is?
No.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh no.
Fun. So they're like, they look like wild pigs.
Oh, jeez. That's not what my head was at all.
But it gets better. They're actually not related to pigs. They're actually related to rodents. So it's like a giant pig rat.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Thank you for the visual, Derek.
They're cute, and I think, and we have coyotes and prairie dogs and every kind of spider and snake that wants to kill you.
Which one? This one. They actually see pretty well. Oh, except I got my background on. Can you see that? It's just it's a white tail. It's a doe, and she was that the brown that you were seeing there is the edge of the window. It's right outside the window of the house. It was right there. Of course, eating in my mom's flower garden, which it's winterish now, so the garden's done, but the doe was loving it out there. And at least my dad's at the point. I mean, he's always been a hunter, but said he's not getting any does because this doe and the fawns, they come around all year long. Like, he's not shooting them. If a buck came by, that's another story. Because that's fair game. But he didn't see one this year, and that's all good. But it's so fun to see the little critters out there and big critters, because she's gorgeous. That was beautiful. So I totally appreciate what you're saying about the wildlife, because we do have a lot around where we live here too. Like walking even was it 2 nights ago, I was walking the dog, and there were 3 does that were, I don't know, maybe 20 feet away in the yard. It was dark out already, so they just kind of watched us. Luckily, our dog doesn't care about the deer now. If it was a squirrel, game over. She's going. But the deer, she's like, she didn't care, and the deer just kind of watched us. They didn't move really. They're just like, you're people, It's just, they're so fun to watch. I love all the critters.
Yeah, we actually put a big window. It's almost like an entire wall in our living room, because we like to just sit out there and watch everyone go. Oh, and we have tons of quails, like just tons of them. So they go in their little line. Very cute. But I have a story about a coyote.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I think we were like 3 days married, and I call my wife because I had found a coyote pup in the road, and it had blood on it, and I waited a while because I didn't want to go in case mommy, but no one was showing up. So I wrapped it up in a coat, and I start driving home, and I call my wife, and I'm like, hypothetically, what do I do if I find a coyote pup? And she's like, I know you, don't you dare bring home a coyote. And our driveway is just covered in gravel, so you can hear whenever anyone drives up, and I hit the driveway. She's like, is that you coming up with a coyote? I'm like, not really. And she's like, well, let me get something to wrap Albert in. I'm like, who's Albert? She's like, well, a coyote needs a name. So, yeah, we can't release the albino quail because it would die. Some would pick it up immediately. Yeah. Interesting to see all the animals that they had there, and how they decided who could be released and who couldn't. And so we stop by every once in a while when we go to Costco. We'll pick up extra stuff to go help them out because they're
nice.
It's the place you can go and drop animals off, and there's no charge, and they just take them in. So we're always trying to be supportive of them.
That's awesome. Oh, I'm sure they appreciate it, because that place like that needs all the support they can get.
Yeah.
I'm glad you rescued Albert. I didn't need Albert to be.
I'll see if I can get him on the show.
That'd be great. Get his own square. Awesome. And actually, Emily, we didn't get around to you yet. What are you most looking forward to this month?
I don't know. Just being with family and yeah, just kind of being with family and everything. So.
But I think that it sounds like it goes with everyone here. We all value our time with those that we love, and it's part of what keeps people together. Having that meaningful relationships, finding meaning in what we all do, and you guys mean a lot to me here. I always, like I said, it's one of those things that I'm so thankful for. All of the so amazing people that we've met and have been here. When I think back over all this time that we've been doing World of Ability and all like with the networking groups that we've been part of and business groups, all these things that I never in my wildest dreams thought would lead to where we are right now, and that we'd have these chances to have these fun conversations, and that you guys all are so willing to share of yourselves here. Thank you so much. Any last thoughts? Because I think we're going to be signing it off here, but I just want to make sure anybody have any last thoughts. If you want to share any contact info or any of that, you're welcome to. But I just want to open the floor one more time here before we sign off.
I wanted to share how deeply I appreciate you. You're such a bright light in the world, and I'm so grateful to be able to interact with you. Thank you.
You're awesome. Thank you, Barbara.
Likewise.
Very much. And on this meeting.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. And let's see. Oop, is recording? Does that turn off? Still blinking, but it doesn't give me the little thing to. Oh yeah, it must be off. Okay. Oh, that's the AI thing maybe that's doing that. I don't know.
Oh.
Interesting. Awesome.
I don't know. I thought I turned it off. I don't know why it still says it's recording.
Yeah, that's what I wonder because the AI turned on. I don't even know how that turns on. I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, I love that. So Otter does that too. I love the action items. That's so I was using Fathom, and I love that it did that. So I didn't realize
That is
Otter
cool.
Yeah.
I am not familiar yet with how that all comes. Oh, Barbara hopped off there. I gotta save the chat then because it just okay. So we don't actually have to turn that on, right? Because I always get this pop-up screen saying the AI thing is it just is automatically doing it these days. Is that your experience too, or is somebody actually clicking?
Someone's doing it. So this one's Kurt.
Oh,
so that's why it says Kurt's Autopilot.
That one's his Otter. Okay.
So he started it at some point, but I love that it has like the action items. Because like
because I think
now
so.
it's like okay, formally registered the disability champ, like
Because I think somehow it's on like Google Calendar and I have Google Calendar thing, so that's why it came in
automatically. Gotcha.
really.
Okay.
And so I think it records and then makes like a summary and takes notes and that kind of